welcome back, or welcome to Bookish Blonde. My name is Jen. Today we're going to talk about some of my all-time favorite romance reads. I figured Valentine's Day is around the corner. This is a quick little video in case you're looking to pick up something that will make you fall in love. So these books I'm going to talk about aren't in any particular like ranked order. They're just all 5 stars for me, all my all-time favorites. Definitely keep on my shelves. I recommend these all the time. Actually, you'll see some of these I don't even have physically with me. I'll have to put up a picture for you guys because I've lent them out. So let's get started. Okay, the first one I want to talk about is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. This was the first Abby Jimenez that I read, and I fell in love. I read this in a weekend. I quickly fell in love with the chemistry in this book. The banter was great. You guys, it made me laugh. It made me cry. I'm probably going to say this about all these, but these, like I said, this is one of my favorite romances of all time. So we're following Alexis and Daniel, and they come from completely different worlds. Daniel is, I think, like around 10 years younger than Alexis. Alexis is an ER doctor. He is a carpenter, and they couldn't come from different worlds, right? So they fall in love. Of course, it's a romance. That's not a spoiler, right? But this book plays with the idea of like this romance. Do we let it, if we let the romance take over and turn into something serious, that she feels like she's turning her back on her whole family. So you get a really cool friendship. I love the relationship between Alexis and I can't remember her best friend's name. It's not in the jacket cover, but that was also a really cool part of it. But yeah, the chemistry in here was so good, and it felt very realistic. There was, you know, some heavier topics in here. It felt not eye-rolly. It was like, it read like a real romance. Okay, next one. Eye-rolly. That's a official term. So the next one I want to talk about is You Were There Too by Colleen Oakley. And in this one has magical realism, which isn't for everyone, I realize, but I enjoy magical realism. And in this one, it says, Mia Graydon's life looks picket fence perfect. She has the house, her loving husband, and dreams of starting a family. But what the twist is, she keeps having these dreams that are reoccurring and unexplained, and in the dream, there's this different man. So she doesn't really think much about it until she runs into him face to face with the man that's been in her dreams. So we just kind of take it from there. It says, but when diving into their past begins to unravel her life in the present, Mia emerges with a single question: what if? So I'm not going to say much more. You have to pick this one up. But again, I laughed, I cried. It's got, you know, themes of fate in here. Yeah, and it says, a woman must choose between the man she loves and the man fate has chosen for her in this unforgettable love story that reminds us that the best life is one led by the heart. This one was great. That one was just a random book I picked up too, and I fell in love with that one. The Idea of You by Robin Lee. This book is a 40-year-old woman, maybe 35, 40-year-old woman, Celine, and she's a single mom. She's divorced. She takes her daughter and her friends to see a concert. Think like Harry Styles, and Harry Styles and her fall in love. Basically, it's not really Harry Styles, but he is a lead singer from a British band, pop band, and you follow them. She's an art dealer, and you're following them and their love story. And obviously it's taboo. She is about 20 years older than him. And you have themes of where Celine is rediscovering herself and reclaiming happiness and love. And you have the mother-daughter trope in here as well, and how this relationship affects her daughter. Yeah, August Moon is the name of the male lead in this one. This one was heart-wrenching too. I cried in this one too. I guess that's a common thing, guys. Okay, The next one is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I'll put a picture here. I loved this one. Again, it was so good, you guys. 5 stars. This is an office romance, a hate to love romance. Again, the chemistry in this book was off the charts. I dare you not to fall in love with that one as well. They're both kind of going up for the same promotion, and they hate each other, or do they fall in love? Guess you have to read it and see. Next one, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And this one, we are following Nora and Charlie. Yes, Charlie. Nora and Charlie. This one, again, Emily Henry, you guys, she writes chemistry like no other. The banter was great in this. So in this one, we're following Nora, who's a cutthroat literary agent, and her sister talks her into going to like a girls' trip in Sunshine Falls, North Carolina. You have the small town girl trope in here. You have another kind of hate to love trope, which is really good. And she has this idea of going on this vacation with her sister and having a cute meet cute and falling in love and meeting, you know, a handsome town doctor or something like that. But that doesn't happen. What happens is she keeps running into Charlie, who's a brooding editor from the city that's been in her life before, just in the book industry, the publishing industry, and so you kind of follow it there. This main couple is so lovable but complex at the same time, and again, another realistic love story that has some depth in it as well. So there's that one. Any of these that sound good, give them a chance. You guys are so good. Okay. This one's actually part of a trilogy, The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. I have read all 3, and the first one's my favorite, but I did not regret reading any of them. So in this one, we are following Calla Fletcher. She has grown up with her mother. Her mother and father are no longer married. It takes place in Alaska, and her father is a pilot, and so the mom decides to leave the dad and live not out in the middle of the wilderness. So Calla's dad gets sick, and so she decides to brave the wildlife and fly to Alaska to visit her dad. And then she meets Jonah, who's an obnoxious Alaskan pilot. He helps run her dad's charter plane service. So that's kind of how he's tied into her. So she's a city girl, they fall in love, and I love the way the scenery and the setting is written, you guys. You're swept away, and you were definitely in Alaska with them. Again, this one will make you cry. Okay, next one is It Ends With Us, Colleen Hoover. I haven't read a Colleen Hoover that I didn't love. I think this is probably my favorite one. I don't know, it's kind of hard to pick, you guys, but this will just represent Colleen Hoover. I don't love her YA stuff, but all her adult romance, even, Verity. Verity is another one I really love. It's more of a thriller. So this woman can write. This woman will make you cry. And this one we are following Lily. There's a love triangle in here. This one does have triggers for domestic abuse, so watch out for that if that's a sensitive subject for you. And we got Atlas, Riley, and Lily. And there's a flower shop in here. I know I'm being kind of vague on these, you guys. I don't want to spoil anything. Obviously, they're romance, but they all have just such depth in them that, they're easily addicted, or they're easy to get addicted to this kind of book because they're quick reads and they make you feel all the feels. Let's talk about Taylor Jenkins Reid, you guys. Everything I've read by her, I've loved, so you can't go wrong. Anything you want to pick up, you'll get a good story and great writing. But let's talk about The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is pretty much everyone's favorite, I think, and they're not wrong for a very good reason, of course. This one you're following a Hollywood starlet. You're going to start off in like the 1950s, and you get to follow her life story. She's now older and a reclusive actress, and she finally lets someone interview her and gives her life story. So you learn about obviously the different husbands and her life story. You learn how Evelyn and Monique, how their stories intersect in a tragic way. You're going to have forbidden love, a scandalous romance in here, themes of ambition and friendship, and it's so good. The other one by Taylor Jenkins Reid that I really want to talk about is It May Be in Another Life, and this one kind of plays with themes of, is true love really a thing? Does your life happen by chance, or is it fate? And so in this one, you're following chapter by chapter 2 parallel universes, and you have Hannah, who doesn't really know what to do with her life. She's kind of goes and stays with a friend. She's verging on 30, and follow 2 parallel universes. One where in each universe, there's a love story, and this one, the whole way through, you guys, as I was reading, I didn't know how I wanted it to end. So you're exploring themes of, do soulmates really exist? Fate, chance, is life up to chance? And she's in each of these parallel universes, there's a separate love story, and you kind of follow it. And it was really hard to decide how I wanted this one to end. I could not choose. I know it's a fictional story, but I was so glad I wasn't in her shoes. So yeah, so anything by Taylor Jenkins Reid is a good read. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. I know it's kind of short and sweet, but I just want to talk about some of my favorite romances. I hope you guys pick some of these up. Have you read any of them? What are your favorite romances? Post it down below. I love chatting with you guys down there in the comments. That's all. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.